About a minute and a half away from game time. Good evening and welcome to the first round of the Region 7 AA tournament here at Dyersburg High School, as the Bobcats will be taking on the home team Dyersburg Trojans tonight. Trojans coming in second place in the District 13 AA tournament, losing by 4 points to South Gibson, and the Bobcats coming in third with that oh so thrilling game over Lexington.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask at this time that you please rise for our invocation. Tonight's invocation will be led by DHS student Lindley McCullough. After the invocation, please remain standing to honor America in the playing of our national anthem, performed and recorded by the DHS choir under the direction of Dustin Walters. Prior to the invocation, Northwest Tennessee is saddened with recent news, including the passing of Coach Randy Newsom. Coach Newsom had a large impact on the lives of hundreds of students at College Street campus, enjoying therapy, dog training, and greenhouse work, with a second love coaching Trojan football. Our thoughts are with his first loves, Miss Carmi Newsom, and the entire Newsom family. We are also saddened with the loss of longtime supporter and fan of Dyersburg basketball, Mrs. Laverne Shaw. Her presence at the end of the bench of our games will truly be missed, and our prayers go out to her husband Bobby and the Shaw family. Finally, we send our thoughts and prayers to the town of Troy, Tennessee, with the current search for 2 missing students and father from the Obion County Central Rebel fishing team. Our hearts, thoughts, and prayers go out to each of these families. Please join us in a moment of silence for these and all friends and family affected at this time.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, I thank you for this day and all that you have given us. Lord, at this time I lift up the Shaw family, the Newsom family, and the families from Obion County. I ask that you would give them comfort in this difficult time. I also ask that you would keep everyone here safe and let this game be played in a manner that glorifies you. We love you. Amen.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's play ball.
All right, fans, it's time for tonight's Alabama Power Sports of Dyersburg starting lineups. Starting for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the McNary Central High School Bobcats.
Starting tonight for the Bobcats is Amari Robinson.
Number 10, Amari Robinson.
Number 11, Jasper Sanders. Number 12, Marquise White.
Number 12, Marquise White.
Number 25, Mason Latham.
Number 25, Mason Latham.
And number 30, Cameron Starks.
And number 30, Cameron Starks. Head coach for the Bobcats is Stacy Riley. And now, welcome to the dog, your Dyersburg High School Trojans. Starting for your Trojans, 5'11" guard, senior, double zero, Nate Smiley. 5'8" guard, junior, number 1, Keelan Hubbard. 6'4", sophomore, number 3, Misha Jones. 6' guard, sophomore, number 14, TJ Jackson. And 6'4", senior, number 24, Josh Caldwell. Head coach for your Trojans is Blaine Mahoney, assisted by Jeff Ward, David Pierce, and Jamal Lamar.
So the Bobcats set to begin this first game of the Region 7 AA tournament, going up against Coach Blaine Mahaffey's Trojans of Dyersburg. As many of you may recall, Coach Mahaffey was at McNary Central just a few short years back before he came here. So jumping for the Bobcats is the senior Mason Latham. Jumping for the Trojans will be Caldwell. Make that Jones. And the referee calling all the players in. That's a first. Specifying how close the players can be to each other. That's a first. And the Trojans will get first possession. Hubbard bringing the ball down. Going it over to Johnson. Back to Spivey, to Johnson. Back to Caldwell for the three-point attempt. It's good. The Trojans breaking the ice quickly. Going up 3-0. Latham with the ball, goes over to Sanders. Back to White. Back out to Latham. Back to White. Out to Robinson. Calling a new play. To Starks at the top of the key. To White, back out to Sanders. Over to Latham, down low to Robinson, who goes up and tries to put it up. Knocked away by a Dyersburg player, but Sanders comes back with it, throws it to Latham. To Robinson for the three-pointer, and it won't fall. Johnson getting the rebound. Getting it down quickly, again Caldwell in the corner. Going back out to Spivey. To Johnson. Hubbard with the ball, back to Caldwell down low, and Latham gets a tip of it and is able to come back up with the ball, throws it over to Robinson.
Foul number 1, Keelan Hubbard.
Foul called on Hubbard, that'll be his first, team's first.
In for the Trojans, number 21, Tamari Isom.
Checking in for the Trojans is Isom. Robinson with the ball to the top of the key to Latham and almost lost it, but came back up with it. Get it to Starks. Drives the lane and blocking foul is going to be called on Caldwell. That'll be his first. second team foul. So Robinson throwing it in under the goal. Checking in for the Trojans is Brown. Robinson throwing the ball in under the Bobcats goal. Out to White. And a foul called on the floor. Looks like they're going to call this one really close. Foul called on Brown. Be his first, team's third. That's not what I said. Evidently, checking in for the Trojans is Katernis. So White with the ball. When it just starts, works his way around, dishes it off to Latham, and a foul called on Starks. His first, team's first, and like I said, they're evidently going to call this one really close. So Dyersburg bringing the ball down. Spivey at the top of the key. Back to Isom. Over to Johnson. Spivey with the jumper. It's good, but it's a two-pointer. 5-0, Trojans. And Amari Robinson went all the way down, trying to take on 2 or 3 Trojans.
Foul number 10, Amari Robinson.
Foul called on Robinson. That's his first, team second. Dyersburg bringing the ball down. Looking down low, Katernis, and the shot is no good, and Latham pushes that one away by Johnson. It's still going to be Dyersburg ball. .5:30 on the clock in the first quarter. The Cats have yet to score. Dyersburg with 5. Spivey working his way around, throwing it over to Isom, who takes a shot. It's no good, and Latham gets the rebound. Throws it out to Robinson, who's being double teamed at half court. Gets it over to Sanders. Back out to Robinson. Lays it up and in. So the Bobcats finally on the board with 5:02 on the clock. And Marquise White with the steal. Lays it up and in. 5-4 Bobcats. 5-4 Trojans, I'm sorry. 5-4 is the score with 4:44 on the clock in the first quarter. Bobcats finally getting on the board. A couple of quick baskets. Isom with the ball, and it's taken away. Starks throwing the ball over to White. Starks dishing down low to Latham. He puts it up, and he is fouled by Johnson.
Foul number 14, TJ.
Yeah, that's his first, team's fourth.
Number 4.
And a timeout, 30-second timeout called. So 4:14 on the clock in the first quarter. The Cats trailing by 1, 5-4 in this region tournament game. Latham at the line, shooting 2. And Latham ties the score at 5-all. And puts the Bobcats on top, 6-5. Dyersburg bringing the ball down. Spivey with the ball. Over to Jackson. Back to Spivey. Down low to Paternus. Back to Jackson. And he loses control of it. And it's going to be a Bobcat basketball. It's Robinson throwing the ball into White. A little bit of full court pressure by the Trojans. Latham gets the ball over to White. And the ball picked off by Spivey, trying to throw it down low. He throws it away. So we'll go back to Bobcat basketball. Robinson throwing the ball into Sanders. Back to Robinson. Over to White, who brings it across midcourt. And he's going to take it down and try to dish it down to Starks. But a Trojan knocked it out. And the other referee overruled it. Said a Bobcat touched it last. 3:28 left to play in the first quarter. The Cats on top by 1. Spivey bringing the ball down. Going all the way in. Won't fall for him. Pulls back with the rebound. Back up to Jackson, around to Johnson. Back to Jones. And he's going to try to work his way in and score. 7-6 Dyersburg. So again, Dyersburg with the full court pressure. Starks with the ball, back to Robinson, who takes it all the way down and scores. And he's going to call the charge on Robinson. Canary fans not happy with that, but the charge called on Robinson. That'll be his second, team's third. Looking down low to Spivey, looking for the backdoor play, but a little bit of an overthrow there. It's going to be a Bobcat basketball.
And for the Bobcats, number 31, Broderick Alexander. Giving Trojans number 1, Cleveland Hubbard.
So White throwing the ball in. 2:35 left to play in the first quarter. Cats trailing by 1, 7-6. Again, full court pressure by Dyersburg. And they managed to get the steal. Spivey loses it. Bobcats throwing the ball in from the corner. Latham with the ball, gets it across to Starks. Back to White. And it's tipped away by Spivey. He's going to take it down and lay it up. And it's good. And Coach Riley wants a 30-second timeout as Dyersburg goes up 9-6 with 2 minutes on the clock in the first quarter.
Checking in for your Trojans, number 4, Wesley Jackson.
Come on, Blue!
So after a 30-second timeout, the Bobcats throwing the ball in. White bringing the ball down. Getting back out to Sanders, to Alexander, who's checked in for the Bobcats. Back out to Sanders. Over to White. And throws it to Hubbard, who takes it down. And Latham and Paternus both fighting for the ball. Sanders with the ball on the fast break, puts it up. And it's going to be good. Jasper Sanders with the basket. The foul called on number 4 Jackson, his first, team's 5th. So Sanders will go to the line to shoot 1. And it's no good, but Alexander pulling the rebound. Takes it back out. Getting it over to Sanders for the three-point attempt. It's no good. A foul called. Foul called on Spivey. That'll be his first, team 6th. A couple of more Trojans taking into the ball game.
Number 20, Ryan Lawrence. And number 21, Kamara Isom.
So the Cats trailing by 1. Alexander throwing the ball into White for the jumper. Won't fall. Again, Latham and Isom fighting for control of the ball. Dyersburg comes up with it. The shot attempt is no good, and Sanders knocks it out of Dyersburg's hands. White with the ball. Draws the lane, throws it out to Alexander, and he can't quite control it. It goes out. It's going to be Dyersburg ball. 46 seconds on the clock in the first quarter. Trojans up by 1. 9-8. Lawrence with the ball over to Hubbard. Back to Tourney. Back to Hubbard, going over to the side to Jackson. Back out to Isom for the three-pointer. It's no good. And he comes back in, gets a shot up, it still won't fall. So Marquise White getting the rebound, getting it to Latham quickly, and Starks brings it down. Gives it to White, takes it all the way down and lays it up and in! Marquise White puts the Bobcats back on top with 5 seconds left to play in this quarter. Now, shot attempt. Jackson is no good, so the Cats will win the first quarter 10-9. And at the end of the first quarter, the Cats went on top with that big basket by Marquise White. So the Cats now lead 10 to the Dyersburg Trojans 9. Several Dyersburg players with 1 foul, so the next foul against Dyersburg means the Cats will be in a 1-1 situation. And we'll start the second quarter with Bobcat ball. Cats throwing the ball in at half court. White bringing the ball across. Going back out to Sanders. Sanders drives the lane, and it's knocked from behind, but Latham with the big rebound puts it up. Oh, it won't fall. And in the struggle for the ball, I believe Starks is going to be called for the foul.
Foul, number 13.
That'll be his second team's 4th.
Indian Trojans 0-0, Nate Spivey.
And Isom with the ball, he carries it.
Every Bobcats number 22, Simon Whittaker. Every Trojans number 14, TJ Johnson.
Alexander bringing the ball down. Now, to White to Sanders, and Whittaker's checked into the ball game. The Freshman Whitaker with the jumper. It's good. Cats go up 12-9. Two freshmen in this ball game right now, Whitaker and Alexander. Johnson working his way around. It won't quite fall. He's going to be called with a foul on Whitaker. That'll be his first, team's fifth. So Johnson will go to the line to shoot two. And the first one is no good. So again, the Cats up by 3 here in the second quarter. 6:58 on the clock. Second one is good, 12-10. Bobcats throwing the ball in. Again, the Trojans doing some full court pressure. Getting the ball across the mid-court. Sanders with the ball, working his way around. Dishing down low to Whitaker, who puts it up. It won't fall, but Latham gets the rebound, but it's knocked out of his hands. Going long distance to Johnson. It's too hard, it won't fall. So White comes up with it, and Johnson takes it away from him. Back to Caldwell. To Brown with the rebound, and he scores. Score tied at 12 all now. And Whitaker not expecting the pass. So it's going to go back to Dyersburg. Again, two freshmen playing at this point. So Dyersburg trying to get the ball in. Spivey coming around. He's going to be called for the walk. 6:12 left to play in the second quarter. Score's tied at 12 all. Whitaker throwing the ball back to White. Throwing it to Latham, bringing it across court, and he's going to just take it all the way down, lay it up. And he's going to be called for the charge. That's his first foul. 16 fouls on the Bobcats.
That was definitely not a charge.
So Dyersburg with the ball. Spivey with the three-point attempt. It's no good, and Simon Whitaker snags the rebound. Throws it over to Sanders. Out to White. For the jumper. Good! Marquise White. Putting the Bobcats back on top, 14-12. Looking down low to Brown. Going to take on Mason Latham. And look like on the back to me, but Johnson taking the shot, and he is fouled by Mason Latham. That'll be his second. That's 17 fouls on the Bobcats. So Johnson going to the line to shoot two. First one's no good. Cole Kirk checking at the ball game for the Bobcats. Second one won't go. Marquise White grabs the rebound. Throwing it to Alexander. Gets it down court quickly, and he's being double teamed. And he says Alexander touched it last. So it's going to be Dyersburg ball.
Come on. Come on,
Johnson with the ball. Back to Brown. He's going to take it in. And lay it up and in. So Brown ties the score back up at 14-all. Just under 5 minutes left to play in this first half. Marquise White with the ball. Caldwell's taking it away. He steps out. So this full court pressure, Coach Mahaffey's got him playing, is rattling the Bobcats just a little bit. White throwing the ball in on the side to Alexander. Back to White. And he's going to take it all the way down. And he was fouled on, he's going to go shoot 1 and 1 because he was fouled on the floor.
Second foul. Team foul number 7.
Foul called on Johnson. That's his second, team 7th. So White going to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Shooting the 1 and 1 for line number 12, Marquise White.
It's good. Second one won't go. Dyersburg with the rebound. Brown with the ball going across the court. And Caldwell for the three-point attempt is no good. Marquise White grabbing the ball, but I believe he's going to be called on the back. Yep.
Foul number 12, Marquise White. First foul, team foul number 8.
Foul called on Marquise White. It'll be his first, but 8 for the Bobcats. So Brown will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1. I'm telling you, if close only counts in horseshoes, this must be a horseshoes game. First one is good. So Dyersburg going up on top again, 15-14. 4:32 left to play in this first half. Second one also good. I'm sorry, 16-15, Dyersburg. Sanders with the ball. And he's called for the charge. That's charge number, I don't know, 5 or 6 in this ball game already. So Sanders called with the charge. That's his first, 9 team fouls. So 3 or 4 fouls, 3 or 4 charges called on each team already. And Jackson scoring 2. White throwing the ball over to Whitaker, to Kirk, back to Whitaker, brings it down. Sanders in the corner, back out to White. Cole Kirk under the goal, and he's rejected. Somehow that wasn't a foul. So Hubbard bringing the ball down. Over to Jackson, over to Brown, down to Caldwell. And the turnaround jumper is no good. White gets the rebound, and he's going to take it down. Now he wants to go all the way.
Foul number 3, Michelle Jones.
He's fouled on Jones, I'm sorry. His first, that'll be team's 8th. So now White will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Over the Bobcats, number 10.
And Robinson checking back into the game for the Bobcats.
1 and 1 from line number 12, Marquise White.
It's no good. Brown snagging the rebound. So he's getting it down low quickly, but it's hit somebody's feet. So Bobcats come back up with it. Robinson bringing it down. He wants to go all the way, but he's called for a walk. Dyersburg leading the Cats by 3, 18-15. 3:14 left to play in the second quarter. Hubbard with the ball, and Marquise White gets a hand on it, but Hubbard comes back up with it, puts it up, it's no good. Sanders pulling it down. Throwing it over to Robinson, who takes it down the floor. And he's going to put it up, in and out. Dyersburg getting back up quickly. Brown bringing it all the way down, lays it up and in. It puts the Trojans up by 5. Sanders being double teamed. The ball down low to Alexander into the goal. It won't fall, but he's fouled.
Foul number 3, Michelle Jones.
Foul called on Jones. It's going to be his second, team's 9th. The announcer over there calling the fouls before the referee gets to him.
Number 31, Alexander.
So Alexander at the line to shoot. First one's no good. Whitaker checking it back in for the Bobcats.
Number 22, Chris Boss.
2:31 left to play, and the second one also goes in and out. It's Caldwell getting the ball down low and goes straight to Sanders. Sanders will bring it back down for the Cats. Throwing it out to White. To Sanders. To Whitaker. Back to Sanders, and he's fouled by Brown. That'll be his second. Team's 10th. So Sanders will go to the line to shoot 2.
Brown, second foul. Shooting 2 from line number 11, Jasper Sanders.
First one is good.
Maybe your charges are 21, Tamari Isom and 00, Nate Spivey.
Second one won't fall. Caldwell grabbing the ball. Dyersburg taking their time to bring it back down this time. Spivey throwing the ball back to Hubbard. Go back to Caldwell. To Spivey. And he's going to put it up. And it won't fall. Cole Kirk grabbing the rebound. And a Dyersburg player taking it out of his hands. Fell out of his hands. So it's going to be Bobcat basketball. Whitaker with the ball, back to White. To Kirk, back to White. Throwing low to Alexander, back out to White. For the three-point attempt, it's no good. Caldwell getting the rebound. Spivey bringing the ball down. Throwing it over to Caldwell, to Hubbard. Back to Isom. And he's going to take it up and put it in. 22-16, Dyersburg with 1 minute left to play. And Spivey taking it away. Won't fall. White gets the rebound. Does it to Sanders. Back to White. Kirk with the ball, throwing it out to Alexander in the corner. It's no good, but Whitaker getting the ball, but it's taken away, and instead Hubbard's going to go lay down, and White knocks it out of his hands. Throwing it over to Sanders. Going across court to White for the three-point attempt. It's no good. Alexander with the rebound. Tries to get it down to Kirk to put it up, and it's good. Cole Kirk with 2 points. 18 seconds left to play. The Cats trailing now by 4, 22-18. Isom with the ball. 8 seconds on the clock. Isom's going to try to take a Caldwell, going for the three-pointer. It's no good. Spivey gets the rebound and puts it back up and in as the buzzer goes off. So Spivey putting the Trojans up by 6, 24-18 at the half. Dyersburg in the lead, 24 to the Bobcats 18. Just a reminder, the winner of this game will play the winner of the Southside and Westview game that's going on right now in Jackson. The loser of this game, their season will be over.
Interest around the region. At the half, South Gibson 37, Lexington 28. At the half, Crockett County 27, Jackson Northside 24. At the end of 1, Jackson Southside 20, Westview 8.
The announcer just giving some updates on scores. South Gibson is leading Lexington 37-28 at halftime. And I didn't catch the Crockett County Northside game, but Crockett County was up by 4 or 5, and Southside over Westview 22-8. So we will be back in about 8 minutes.
National Bank first pitch banquet and silent auction. The event will
Hey, James Craig, what's up with you? No cheerleading competitions today. We're just about to begin the third quarter. The Cats trailing Dyersburg 24-18. And a reminder, the winner of this game will go on to play is Jackson Southside the winner of the Southside Westview game on Tuesday night at 7:45. And the loser will be done for the season.
Fans score Ventures Southside leads Westview 40-17 at the half.
So Southside leading Westview 40-17 at halftime. I think it's safe to say Southside will win that game and be playing Tuesday night against the winner of this game. So getting ready to start the third quarter. The Cats trailing by 6, 24-18. And we'll start the third quarter with Trojan basketball. Caldwell with the ball. Over to Hubbard. Down low to Spivey. Back out to Caldwell. It goes off his knee through Sanders' legs. And Hubbard comes back up with it. Spivey from the corner. It's no good. Latham grabs the rebound. Goes it to Robinson. Robinson taking it down low. Back out to White. Over to Starks. He's going to take it down and put it up, and it's a little too hard, but Latham pulling the rebound, and he's going to be fouled. Foul called on Caldwell. That's his second. His first team foul. So Latham going to the line to shoot 2. First one is good.
21 over line, 25 makes it Latham.
Second one also good. So the Cats down by 4 now, 24-20. Dyersburg getting the ball down. Spivey over to Johnson to Caldwell. Gets it down low to Spivey, trying to work his way in. Surely that's a walk. Good call though. Spivey scoring. So Sanders with the ball. It just starts, puts it on the floor and goes back up, and Johnson rejects it. And the referee says Bobcat test it last. It's going to be Dyersburg ball. Spivey with the ball. Get back to Johnson. To Caldwell. Out to Hubbard. Jones. Back out to Hubbard. He's going to pull up with a jumper, and it's good. 28-20, Dyersburg. Robinson throwing the ball down to Latham. Puts it over to Starks. Foul called on Starks. That's his third. Team's first, and let's charge about number 10 in this ball game. Total. Caldwell with the ball, out to Spivey for the three-pointer. It's no good. Latham getting the rebound. He's been double teamed, and Jones takes it away from him and scores. It's a 10-point ball game now. And Dyersburg again getting the ball, and Spivey taking it in. Jones getting the rebound, and the referee says it hit the top of the goal, I think is what he's calling. never seen that particular motion for that. That's what it seems to be. Starks with the ball. White bringing it across midcourt. 3-point attempt by White. Won't foul. Jones getting the rebound. Spivey bringing it back down. Back to Hubbard. To Spivey in the corner. And rolling it up to Jones. And he scores. So Coach Riley wanting a timeout. It's a 12-point ball game. Dyersburg 32, Bobcats 20 with 4:58 on the clock in the third quarter. Bobcats trailing by 12 with some quick unanswered points here by Dyersburg.
Checking in for the Bobcats, number 22, Simon Whitaker.
Whitaker checking in for the Cats.
Hot Foods, half price.
And Robinson will be throwing the ball in. Gets the ball into Sanders. And he's going to pull up for the jumper. It won't fall. Johnson gets the rebound. And it's tipped away by White. So again, Dyersburg up by 12 in the third quarter. Spivey with the ball to Johnson, back to Spivey. And he wants to drive in, takes the Jones back out to Johnson. 3-point attempt by Johnson is good. 15-point ball game. Amari Robinson taking it all the way down. And he's going to be called for the charge. It'll be his third. Team second. I do believe that's the referee's favorite call tonight, because they've certainly called it on both sides of the court. Spivey with the ball, takes it all the way down. Won't fall. Whitaker pulling the rebound, gets it to White. And throws it to Whitaker for the jumper. It's good. Simon Whitaker scores 2, 35-22. 3:51 left to play in the third quarter. Johnson with the ball. Out to Caldwell, back to Hubbard. Back to Johnson. To Jones. To Hubbard. To Johnson. And Whitaker getting a hand on it, but Spivey comes back up with it. Caldwell to Hubbard. And it's just a game of run around for a while, evidently.
Foul 24, Josh Caldwell.
Finally, a foul called on Caldwell. That'll be his third, team second. So the Bobcats will throw the ball in. Robinson with the ball. And he's been double teamed. Get it down low to Whitaker, who puts it up and in. Again, the freshman Simon Whitaker scoring 2. It's now an 11-point ball game, and Amari Robinson coming up with the ball. And Jones trying to reject it, and instead it's going to be called for the foul.
Foul number 3,
Foul on Jones. That'll be his third, team's third. And Robinson will go to the line to shoot 2. Bobcats trailing by 11. And the first one is no good.
Number 32, Evan Catornas.
Second one no good. Oh my word. Foul called on Jasper Sanders. That's his second. About a 1/10 of a second running off the clock for that to happen. No, I guess he called it on Brown. Surprise, surprise. Still a 1/10 of a second for that foul to happen. I'm just glad he called it on Dyersburg player instead, and this time the foul called on Spivey. It'll be his second, team's 5th.
Number 20, Ryan Lawrence.
These are certainly some very particular referees tonight. White with the ball, over to Sanders. Sanders laying it up. Wow, he actually called a block on that.
First foul, team foul number 6.
That foul called on Catornas, that's his first, team 6th, and Sanders will go to the line to shoot 2. First one is good. It's now a 10-point ball game. 2:17 left to play in the third quarter. Second one won't fall. He's going to call a foul on White. That will be his second, team's third.
Into the Bobcats, number 31, Broderick Alexander.
Alexander checking in for the Bobcats. Spivey with the ball, trying to work his way down, puts it up, won't go. Catornas with the rebound, and Lawrence with the rebound and the score. Robinson bringing the ball down. Gets it to Latham, trying to turn, and Johnson knocks it out of his hands. Whitaker comes back up with it. Latham with the ball, trying to work his way around. Out to Alexander. And the Bobcats having trouble penetrating the lane. I'm sorry, Johnson knocks it away and scores on the fast break. 39-25, Dyersburg. Robinson is fouled on the way to the goal.
Foul number 32, Evan Catornas.
Foul called on Catornas, that's his second, team 7th. So Robinson will go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Into the Bobcats, number 20, Cole Kirk.
Kirk checking in for the Bobcats. It's good. (39-26). 1:15 on the clock in the third quarter. Second one is no good. Lawrence getting the rebound. Spivey bringing the ball down. Working the ball into Catornas. Tries to turn for the jumper. It won't fall, and Sanders gets the rebound. Gives it to Robinson. And he's going to try to take it all the way down and put it up. Let's see if he counts the basket. He does. And the foul called on Tourney, that's his third. Team's eighth. So Robinson will go to the line to shoot one. And it won't fall. 3 Dyersburg players going up for the rebound. Spivey with the ball. A foul happening on the floor, evidently. Foul called on Sanders. No, foul called on Whitaker. It's going to be his first. Second. Team's fourth. So Dyersburg throwing the ball in. Johnson with the ball. Back to Hubbard. To Lawrence, over to Johnson, back to Hubbard, to Lawrence, to Hubbard, and trying to get the ball to Spivey. Cole Kirk with the foul. It'll be his first, team's fifth.
Foul number 20, Cole Kirk. First foul, team foul number 5.
Lawrence throwing the ball into Hubbard. And he wants to take it all the way down. Cole Kirk grabbing the ball. Throwing it to Alexander, and the buzzer sounds, trying to get the ball down the floor. So at the end of 3, the Cats are trailing by 11, 39-28. 1 quarter left to play. Cats behind by 11.
In the third, Lexington 43, South Gibson 67.
South Gibson leading Lexington by some 21 points at the end of 3 quarters. The winner of this game will go on to play Tuesday night at 7:45 against Southside. One quarter left to play.
Number 25, Mason Latham. For your Trojans, number 11, Jalen Brown. Number 24, Josh Caldwell. Attention fans, hot foods, $1 at the concession stand. Hot foods, $1 at the concession stand.
So we start the 4th quarter, the Bobcats with the ball. Trailing by 11. Sanders with the ball. To Latham. Puts it up and in. He scores and he is fouled. Basket counts. Foul called on.
Number 24, Josh Caldwell.
Caldwell, that's his 4th. Team's 9th. And Latham will go to the line to shoot. It's now a 9-point ball game. And it's good. 39-31, Dyersburg. At the start of the 4th quarter. Hubbard with the ball over to Brown. And Robinson picks it up. Takes it all the way down, and he is hammered. Better call a foul on somebody.
Into the Bobcats, number 30, Cameron Starks.
And evidently they didn't call a foul on anybody. They're just giving the ball to the Bobcats. Wow. Robinson throwing the ball in. To Starks. To Latham for the jumper. It's good. Mason Latham making it a 6-point ball game. 7:14 left to play. Cats trailing by 6. Johnson with the ball. Over to Hubbard. Back out to Brown. To Spivey. He's going to take it down. Wow. This time it's a block. Starks called for the block. That's going to hurt the Bobcats because that's his 4th foul. That's 6 team fouls on the Cats. Spivey will go to the line to shoot 2. First one is good.
Area charges number 21, come on, ice on.
Second one is no good, and Marquise White grabs the ball. Again, Dyersburg with the full court pressure. Cats trailing by 7. Marquise White going with Starks to, won't fall, but Latham grabs it and puts it back up and in. So it's now a 5-point ball game. 6:35 left to play. Spivey going down. And Coach Mahaffey wants a 30-second timeout as the Cats have came back within 5 in this ball game. 6:30 left to play. The Cats trailing by 5 points, 40-35.
Number 4, Wesley Jackson.
And 6:31 left to play in this ball game. The Cats trailing 35 to Dyersburg's 40. It's a 5-point ball game with a couple of big points there by Mason Latham. It is Dyersburg ball under their own goal.
Defense, good defense.
Hubbard with the ball. Oh, he carried the ball. Yes.
Come on, Blue.
Robinson with the ball. Getting it to Sanders. Back out to Robinson. To White for the three-pointer. Ball! Three-pointer, bringing the Cats within 2. And Brown with the ball. Back to Jackson. To Hubbard. Back to Brown. To Hubbard. And he's going to try to drive the lane, but dishes off to Isom. Back out to Jones. To Brown. I don't know what. It's like they don't want to shoot. 3 or 4 Dyersburg players all right around the goal. None of them shoot. And now Hubbard does. He won't make it. So Robinson grabbing the rebound. And it's knocked away. It's still Bobcat basketball. So the Bobcats throwing the ball in under their own goal, trailing by 2. 5:23 left to play in this ball game. White with the three-pointer. And it's no good. Starks gets his hand on it. Oh my word. Okay, I thought he was going to call that one on Starks. Oh, this one referee is killing me. I'm sure y'all can see it. So the foul called on Johnson. That's his 3rd, team's 10th. Starks will go to the line to shoot 2. And it's good. 1-point ball game. $5:18 left to play. It's no good. Isom grabbing the rebound. On the ball to Brown. He's going to take it down. Lay it up and in, and he's fouled. Imagine that, the same referee. I think he's the only one who's wanting to earn his paycheck. Foul call on Starks. That's going to be his fifth. Cameron Starks has fouled out of the ball game. It'll be 17 fouls for the Bobcats. So Simon Whitaker will check back into the ball game, and Brown will go to the line to shoot. It's good. So it's 43 to 39, Dyersburg. Just under 5 minutes left to play. Robinson with the ball, being double teamed. Sanders with the ball. Takes it down, lays it up and in. Jasper Sanders brings the Cats back within 2. Isom with the ball over to Johnson. Down low to Jones, who puts it up and scores. Robinson with the ball. Getting down court to White for the three-pointer. Marquise White with the three-pointer. He is fouled. Foul call on number 3, Jones. That's his 4th. Marquise White will go to the line. And he has tied the ball game, 45-0, with 4:24 left to play. Bobcat fans on their feet, yelling for defense. Isom with the ball. Double dribble! Double dribbled. So the Bobcats will get the ball back, 4:09 on the clock. Score tied at 45-0. Sanders with the ball to Robinson. He's going to take it down, dish it down to Latham, who is hammered. No foul called. Whitaker with the jumper. It won't fall. Brown gets the rebound. Down to Johnson. He's going to take it down the lane, dish it over to Jones. Can't get a hold of it. Still puts it back up and in. So Dyersburg back up by 2. Robinson bringing the ball down to Whitaker, to White. Robinson working his way around, and he takes it up and lays it in. Back to 47-0. Isom with the ball. Out to Brown. Back to Isom. To Brown for the three-point attempt. No good, but Johnson gets the rebound. Back to Isom. And the referee says Robinson knocked it out. Robinson disagreed. Players checking in for Dyersburg. Foul's going to be called on Marquise White. That'll be his 3rd. Team's 8th. Spivey will go to the line to shoot 1-1.
Shooting 1-1. Double zero lead, Spivey.
Score tied at 47-0 with 2:53 left to play. And it's good. So the Trojans going back up by 1. Second one won't fall. Robinson getting the rebound. And he gets the ball to Sanders. To White, to Whitaker. Back to White. Latham with the ball to Whitaker. Back to Latham. Looking down low to Robinson. Puts it up and he loses it, but it is going to be Bobcat ball. Sorry, that's not the referee that likes to call fouls. He's on the other side of the floor. Robinson throwing the ball in and the Bobcats go. And Dyersburg getting the ball. Hubbard over to Brown. To Spivey. Again, the Cats trailing by 1. 2:15 on the clock. Spivey in the corner with some pressure put on by Sanders. Throwing the ball over to Hubbard. Back to Spivey. Out to Brown. Down low to Jones. And Robinson forcing. Robinson trying to force the foul, but he said Robinson was standing down the line. I mean, Robinson trying to force the turnover, but he was evidently standing on the line, according to the referee. So it's going to be Dyersburg ball again. And somebody's called a timeout. Dyersburg. 30-second timeout by Dyersburg. Cats trailing by 1, 48-47, with 1:40 left to play in the ball game. And the winner of this game will go on to play Southside on Tuesday night. Dyersburg entering this game is number 2 in District 13 AA, having lost a 4-point ball game to South Gibson. And the Cats, of course, coming in at number 3 from District 14 AA, having defeated Lexington. So again, it's Dyersburg ball, 1:41 left to play, and the Cats are trailing by 1. Dyersburg with the ball on their end of the court.
Come on, defense!
Hubbard getting the ball over to Brown. And a foul's going to be called on Latham. That's his 3rd. Team's 9th. So Brown will go to the line to shoot 1-1.
Shooting the 1-1 from line, number 11, Jalen Brown.
Definitely some question about whether or not it was 1-1 or 2. It's 1-1. So Brown shooting 1-1. 1:32 on the clock. The first one is good. Dyersburg up by 2 now. Second one no good. Johnson looked like on the back to me, but he got the rebound. Oh, slippery spot on the floor. Johnson under the goal, scores! I think the Bobcats were waiting to see if somebody was going to be called for the foul. So Johnson was left all alone. Latham with the ball. Trying to take it in. It's taken away. Here comes Brown. Down low to Johnson to Spivey. Goes it up and in. And he is fouled. Foul called on White. That's his 4th. Team's 10th. And Spivey will go to the line to shoot, and the Cats are now trailing by 6.
Shooting one more for line, Spivey.
And it won't fall. Cole Kirk getting the ball. Gives it to White. Over to Latham, back to White, down low to Sanders for the 3-pointer. Won't fall. Latham trying to get it, but Robinson pulls it out, and it's knocked out of his hands. So it's still going to be Bobcat ball. 48 seconds left to play. Robinson with the ball. Drives down low, and he's fouled by Spivey. That'll be his third. So Robinson will go to the line to shoot 2. Cats trailing by 6 with 45.9 seconds left to play. It's good.
Maybe the Bobcats on 31, Broderick Alexander.
Second one also good, so it's a 3-point ball game. I'm sorry, 4-point ball game, 49-53. Spivey with the ball. Coach Raleigh calling for the Bobcats to foul. And finally, Alexander with the foul. That'll be his first. That's Hubbard going to the line to shoot 2. And it's good. 36.5 seconds left to play. And Latham checking back into the ball game. Yop checking into the ball game. Second one also good. Again, Dyersburg up 55-49. Dyersburg steals the ball. Lays it up and in. Ball back down to Robinson. Basket's going to count, and a block called against Johnson. It'll be his 4th. Dyersburg fans not happy with that. So Robinson, his 5th foul, sorry. So Johnson has fouled out.
Area charges number 24, Josh Caldwell.
A timeout called. Cats are down by 6. Robinson's at the line shooting with 21.7 seconds left to play.
Scores of interest, Lexington 65, South Gibson 96, that's final. Southside defeats Westview 79-42.
Southside has defeated Westview 79-42. So Southside is definitely continuing on to play Tuesday night at 7:45. Robinson at the line to shoot. Cats trailing by 6.
Shooting one more time, number 10, Amari Robinson.
First one's no good. Hubbard with the rebound. Down to Caldwell, who walked. So Caldwell called for the walk. And Yop and Lathan checking back in. And now Mahaffey calling a timeout. We have 14 seconds left to play.
Timeout, Trojans, full timeout.
Cats trailing by 6 with 14 seconds left to play.
Score of interest, Northside beats Crockett 52-51.
Northside has beat Crockett County 52-51. Final score. Bobcats throwing the ball in on the opposite end of the court. They have 14 seconds left in the game. Robinson bringing the ball down. Going down low to Latham, and it's a little too hard. Dyersburg stepping out. A foul called on Sanders. That's his third. So Johnson will go to the line to shoot.
Number 14, TJ Johnson.
So with 8.8 seconds left to play, Johnson at the line to shoot. First one is no good. Second one is good, so 58-51.
Yeah, I think we do.
White getting the ball down, and it's knocked away. Down to Spivey. Back to Brown. We're going to let the clock run out, so game has ended 58-51 Dyersburg. That ends the Bobcats season. Ending the season of these seniors. Mason Latham, Marquise White, Amari Robinson, Cole Kirk, and Kylan Blue. And so they're like final ball game. So the Cats have ended their season. Dyersburg will go on to play Southside on Tuesday night at 7:45. Thank you for all the support for the Bobcats and the Lady Bobcats this season. We do still have the announcement and awarding of the Miss Basketball, of which Kyla Wade Warren is one of the 3 finalists for Class AA. Again, that will happen on Tuesday, March the 10th at 7 p.m. at Murfreesboro. We'll be there to cover that event as well. So, good night. Go Bobcats, always blue and gold.